Yeah.
One Punch Man.
One Punch!
Oh, yes, Gem Project killing it with another great anime opening. They do the best anime openings.
Butt Rock!
Yeah!
Are they like the Japanese Crush 40?
Basically. And JAM is an acronym. It stands for Japan Animation Song Makers. And animation song is one crushed together word.
I'll allow it.
It's like a super group of a bunch of individual people who also do anime openings on their own. The one of the founding members is fucking Hironobu Kageyama, who did frickin' the original Dragon Ball Z opening and then a bunch of other shit.
Is that Head Chala?
Yeah, he did Head Chala.
Chala.
God, like, yeah, he's great.
Before Nina gets into the history of One Punch Man itself, One Punch Man is like, it's the anime of the latter half of 2015. Like, it's
Absolutely.
what everybody was talking about.
Yep.
It was simulcast on Hulu in America, or near simulcast, I think. Basically simulcast, like one day.
More or less.
Which is where we watch it. I think they've got an exclusive thing because it's not on Crunchyroll. There's no dub yet, but the sub is great. So don't worry about it. I knew about One Punch Man before they even made the anime of it, because people were like, "You'd probably like this webcomic," and I'm like, "This is," or how I translate it is image. It's a JPEG, and then I just waited for the anime, I guess, and it's great. I would like to go back and read the webcomic. I'm sure there's better translations of it now that it's the thing.
Yeah.
It's officially published through Viz Media, the manga, but it's not on the digital Shonen Jump weekly. But they sell it in volumes.
Well, I actually think the webcomic and the manga might actually be distinct.
Oh, you mean the original webcomic by drawn by one? Oh,
yes.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
That's where I first heard of it. Somebody was like, "You'd probably like this, Nikki," and I'm like, "Yeah, maybe."
So for those of you who don't know, in early 2009, a duder named One, who goes by One, it's his alias.
That's a manga thing.
Yeah, it's a manga thing.
Like Monkey Punch.
And he was publishing a free online manga that he was making. He says the manga is just a hobby for him, incidentally enough. And, it was just a fun thing he was doing on the internet, and then it blew up, and then later, Yasuki Murata began publishing it more formally, like redrawing, rewriting it, making it look better.
This guy is living like every 13-year-old who can't draw yet but wants to's dream of like, oh, I have this really good idea, and then like out of nowhere, like one of the greatest fucking manga artists ever comes up to him and is like, I love your idea, I'm going to draw it for you.
Yeah, and it's literally just like, it's the same story, he just draws it.
Yeah, that's the best
good.
part, that like he still draws the one that he draws. Like, I would have just been like, oh, okay, fine. Like, you can, if you're ahead in the anime and then read the manga and then want more, you can just read the webcomic. It's even further along.
Yeah, I understand that he did the webcomic most because he wanted to practice his art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I don't
It's
know. I haven't seen enough of his art to like hardcore critique it, but like obviously the knee-jerk reaction is like, oh, this dude can't draw, but like since it's 2016 and people are starting to figure out that being nice is fun to do again, people are like, oh, you know what, actually, like, he's got like a lot of fundamentals down, and he's not like, I actually think he's got his own style that he's starting to build, and I dig that kind of, I dig it.
Yeah. So, it started being published on Shueisha's Young Jump webcomics in 2012, and then Viz Media picked it up for English serialization for Shonen Jump, but for their digital magazine.
Yeah.
And then finally, from October to December of just last year, 2015, Studio Madhouse aired a anime adaptation of the show.
I love Madhouse.
That's what we're talking about today.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm sorry, because you said before that there was I was getting the manga confused with the different one. One Punch Man is in their weekly Shonen Jump thing. I was thinking about Assassination Classroom, that they're only publishing through volumes. Yeah. So yeah, that's great. Freaking dude, like, if you have any kind of digital tablet reading device, absolutely subscribe to freaking Shonen Jump. It's it's up to date, like simul published, whatever, and it's well translated, and it's freaking fresh brand spanking new manga every week. and it's like a couple bucks a month.
Yeah, and this one really fucking made it real, because he was just dicking around on the internet making a free webcomic, and now he's getting, like, buttloads of royalties from this franchise.
Now he's knee deep.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to upgrade to 2. Just for tax purposes.
Yeah. So the basic premise of this show is brilliant. The like thing is, like, what if our story started with a shonen hero at the end of a shonen series where he's as powerful as he could possibly get? Now, every shonen series is about the main character wanting to get stronger, wanting to get more powerful. It's never enough. Gotta always seek out the best challenge. Our protagonist, Saitama, as the name of the show insinuates, can defeat any opponent in one punch. That's how strong he is. He trained for 3 years that we don't see, and then he came out the other side, his hair fell off, and he's the strongest creature ever. In fiction.
Yeah, he really is.
Like, I love it, because it, like, you almost can't fandom him in a way, because it's, like, obviously, like a good conversation people like to have with action people is like, oh, who would win? One Punch Man. You can't have an in-character discussion for real. Like, One Punch Man will always win, otherwise he's not One Punch Man. Yeah, like, that's the whole thing, that's his whole bit.
He can jump from the moon to the earth.
And be fine.
Just, like, holds his nose.
Yeah. I would like to play a fighting game with every other character of One Punch Man in it.
Yeah.
And then he's, like, the referee or something.
Yeah, he's just hanging out, getting groceries.
Oh, the thing is that, like, every other character in this show, I would watch a shonen about them. They're great.
Actually, now that I think about it, the only other super OP anime overpowered protagonist that might, like, that just, like, cause reality to decay is him versus Koro Sensei.
Oh,
maybe
because Koro Sensei can't be harmed except for by anti-sensei matter. So maybe he would have, like, a glove made of anti-sensei matter.
Maybe.
Or maybe if the Flash ran so fast he ruined time and space.
He's done that several times.
Yeah,
all he did was fuck himself up.
Yeah, but, like, he can't be hit. I don't think he would win, but I don't think he would lose.
Yeah,
it'd just be an eternal stalemate on the moon somewhere, and it would be the coolest thing ever, and then it'd
for a
be
bit.
Fine. Get old.
So, a good part of this show, and this franchise, we're gonna just say show from here on out because it's what we're talking about, is, it's shonen parody. A lot of it, not just with our protagonist, but, like, a lot of it is just, like, skipping all the filler bullshit of shonen. Like, there's that bit with the, like, okay, we set the traps, there's 8 floors of traps, it's gonna take them forever to get through here, and then they just blow up the whole building.
Yeah, essentially what would take up an entire arc in a shonen anime, they just fucking don't.
It's an episode.
They don't bother. Like, they just don't.
The final confrontation is basically the entire Frieza arc in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
The final battle with Frieza, going through all the transformations and everything.
Yeah.
And the scale going through the roof.
And also, like, the complete and utter, like, nonplussed attitude towards, like, backstories and...
He's so jaded and done.
Yeah, he does not care. But one of the things I like about him as a character is that instead of him just being... He's not, like, a cocky asshole, even though he definitely could be, because he is the strongest thing in the universe. He's just more and he's not, like, dismissive necessarily either. He's just kind of like...
He just wants to, like, go to the store and buy some noodles or something.
Like, he's getting attacked, and he's, like, paying attention to his opponent and be like, who's this guy? What's their deal? Okay.
Well, the thing is, in reality, everything is so beneath him, he doesn't really need to focus on anything.
No, so he's just like, oh...
It's like, he's the epitome of the "did I leave the oven on" joke.
And, like,
except he doesn't own an oven, I don't think.
Very few things faze him. You know, he doesn't like people to call him out on his baldness. He doesn't like it when he misses out on sales because he doesn't have a lot of money.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's impoverished because, like, up until, like, the middle of the series, he didn't even really know that, like, how organized being a superhero was, that there was, like, a registry and a payroll he could get on.
Yeah.
And then, like, he does it, and it's mostly because he's so bad at marketing himself that, like, nobody gives a fuck who he is.
Yeah, and like another big part is that he gets nearly no recognition. Nobody gives a shit about this dude. He's the best dude. He saved humanity on the reg, and everybody's like, "What? Who's this jackass?"
Because it's like half the time he leaves before anybody can give him credit, and the other half is like whenever somebody does raise the theory like, hey, maybe this guy did this, and everyone's like, that's fucking impossible. Shut up. No one could do this. Like, they don't believe him.
So the setting of this series is kind of interesting.
It's the alphabet.
It's the alphabet.
They live on planet Alphabet and eat Alphabet's cereal and Alphabet soup.
It's essentially one giant supercontinent that's in one continuous city that's sectioned off into different cities labeled with the letters of the alphabet. And it's a strange world where there's just fucking freaks everywhere. Of all shapes and sizes and beyond your wildest imagination.
You know what it is? It's like a continent-sized Townsville.
Basically, yeah. That's the tone that it gives me. It's for real, it gives like a Powerpuff Girls tone. And how cool everyone is with just like a monster walking down the street as long as they're not fucking bothering nobody.
Every day there's some fucking weird-ass, terrible monster man. Just
with like the same spiel about how like humans are beneath us and we are the true rulers. Like that's half of them.
Wait, because there's the underworld, the sea world,
the air world for like 5 minutes.
The air world, and then there was
5 seconds.
The subterranean world.
Yeah.
And they're all like, humans are destroying the earth.
And then it's like, there was that guy made out of pollution and that giant who just wants to be the biggest man. Like, it's literally just like...
Those guys were respectively Piccolo and Colossal Titan.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of... It's just literally like poking fun at all of the cliche villain tropes in every shonen. And I love it.
Well, actually, that Piccolo man, his name is Vaccine Man, and he's a riff off of Baikin Man, or German, because One Punch Man is heavily modeled after Anpan Man, the children's Japanese hero guy, with the big round face and the red cheeks. Because, like, when One Punch Man is shortened, it's One Pan Man, so it's like One Pan Man. Anpan Man. Even his costume is like essentially a...
Oh god, you're right.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Doofy outfit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's essentially the same character.
And I like One Punch Man's walk cycle where he just like has his arms stiffly out and just like his fists balled up and just like just like jauntily strolling down the street.
He's kind of rubber hosey.
He is.
The best one is after that sparring match with Genos in the canyon. After he stops his punch like a half inch from his face. He's like, okay, let's go get something to eat.
He stops his punch and just kind of like playfully taps him on the face and like do bop bop bop. Like, and
you expect SpongeBob style squish noises to happen when he walks.
And part of the whole humor of it is that the rest of the world around him is drawn like so over the top shonen, and there's just muscles bursting everywhere, and his head is just like very flat and has no shading and is very cartoony.
He's an egg.
He's an Eggman.
And when they do shading, it's just like lines just drawn onto it.
Yeah.
Like for the dramatic shading.
Yeah, like he could go to like serious Punch Man.
And then he does a complete Rurouni Kenshin and his eyes change and he's like, time to care.
But I think my favorite thing is like in one of the later episodes where he does that, it's just like he goes all super serious shonen and just goes like, fine. Because I have nothing better to do.
Again, back to the setting. So we have this city world, right? Filled with all these just crazy monster men. And so to sort of try to bring order, we have a heroes association that tries to officially recognize heroes and rank them and dispatch them where they need to be, and so on and so forth. And they're ranked, again, using letters, because this world really likes letters.
Yeah, it's like the Justice League, but if the Justice League was also, like, heavily regimented like a Japanese school.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. So when, it's C to S class of hero quality, they take a test. There's things they have to do. There's popularity polls. There's this whole culture built around it. And superheroing has become an industry because the Heroes Association will compensate heroes for their services. The anime hasn't gone too far into the story, and the story itself isn't exactly a really heavy thing.
Well, what's interesting about it is that Saitama's story, his arc is basically wrapped up by the time we begin. But all these other secondary and tertiary characters do have arcs, and where the anime ended, and I guess it's just one season, they're presumably going to do another one, and we're actually in the middle of some OVAs, which we'll get to in a bit. There's a lot of plot threads that were left unresolved where, at the end of the 12th episode.
Yeah.
A ton of stuff.
But it seems like this whole system is supposed, it's obvious it's a parody again of sort of like, it's sort of taking the spectacular out of like the superhero formula where it's just like, everything is regimented and organized, and it creates a situation where the most powerful and capable man in the world is not given any kind of recognition or assistance in his job and is like actively like pushed out of the way.
He broke every single record for the physical examination test, but he absolutely bombed the written portion, so he starts rank C.
He starts at the bottom.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, it's like, okay, he's gonna go through these ranks, I guess, so that'll be our shonen stuff, and it's just like, he just kind of hops through them after he does two things. He's the most capable, he's the most capable hero in the world, but it's not measured within this system, so it doesn't matter, effectively.
Yeah. And
whereas a lot of the guys who are S rank do very little.
Yeah, and they're also not very good. And like the cool thing about Saitama is that like he wants fans, but ultimately he doesn't really care that much.
And for the most of the show, he introduces himself as a hero, someone who is a hero for fun.
Yeah, but he still is noble at the same time. Like he's interesting. Like even though he's incredibly bored all the time and feels like he has no purpose in life, he still goes out and be's a hero. And he still has like a hero's heart, just a very jaded one. Like he knows what's the right thing to do.
At the end of the day, he's still a hero because that's what he wants to be. Like even after everybody, like after he's accused of like lying about his accomplishments, and like everybody turns against him because it's like after he saves the city from the meteor, but the meteor chunks still destroy everything, and everybody's mad at him. I hate those plot points. As realistic as the reaction is, but he just sort of like tells everybody like shut up. I don't care.
He was like,
go away.
I think with the line where it's like, if you have any grievances, let me know. Well, the meteor has destroyed my car. I don't give a shit!
He's like, I don't do this for you. I do this for me.
Clop, clomp, clop, squish.
But
and him walking away.
Do you just care about people? Like, I really like the relationship with, unlicensed writer.
Yeah, well, Moomin writer, but it, like, for anybody who doesn't know, it translates to basically, like, licenseless writer, is what a lot of fan subs originally called him.
Yeah, I like to call him DUI writer.
Like, he recognizes, like, who are good people and, like, admires people like that, and, like, he'll take the fall so that everyone else's sacrifices don't go in vain.
Yeah.
And even though he says that Genos is annoying to him, he cares about the dude. And he gets some kind of enjoyment hanging out with him, I think.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to be his master.
Yeah. I love Genos.
He just wants to be his butt. Okay. Alright. Genos is, I think we can agree, he's just riding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moomin Rider is very interesting. He's top ranked in the C class. He's the head of the lowest class. And he's got the strongest heart of a hero of anyone in this show. He's just a dude on a bicycle, and like he'll throw himself at the most impossibly difficult enemies just because, like, somebody's fucking got us, somebody's got to protect him, and then he'll get just clobbered.
He's too good for this fucking human race.
Yeah.
He's too good for us. We don't deserve him.
We're on the other end of the spectrum, S-class rank 2, Tatsumaki, who is the highest ranked we've seen. The highest ranked person, Blast, has actually never been seen in any form of the franchise.
Yeah.
She's just in it for the glory. She's just a little, she's actually played by Utna. She's just like, I'm the best, and everybody has to say that I'm the best, and I get all the cool jobs, and.
She is powerful, though.
Who's this bratty lost child?
I know.
That was the best, that's the best. I love her.
I love her too. I think she's great. She's like
a piece of shit.
She looks like a psychic gym trainer.
Yeah.
Appropriately enough. Moomin Rider also looks like a Pokemon trainer.
A lot of them look like Pokemon trainers. But like the thing about that is
Metal Bat would be a Pokemon trainer if they would put the more hooligans in the franchise. I want there to be like a gang of guys who are just shit kids who just like beat you up in an alley.
But the thing with that is, Class C heroes, the reason why they tend to have more nobler hearts is because they're the ones who are actually, like, saving people. Like, they're the ones on the ground, looking after people, bringing justice, making sure they're safe, rescuing them from dangerous situations, like catching thieves.
Doing what cops never do.
Yeah. Well, the S-class people, they basically sit around and groom their egos until they're called by the government to punch some super monster real hard.
Like they're held off until like the world's at stake, which only happens like, well, a few times a month, but still, it's a lot of downtime.
Yeah, they just wait around for Turbo Cthulhu to show up.
Yeah.
And they have like no relationship.
I mean, regular Cthulhu would be in the hands of like B-class.
Yeah.
And there's like no like relationship between them and the people, really. They're just kind of like a bunch of weirdos.
They're idols.
Yeah.
They're pop idols.
And some of them are really cool. Like, I love Metal Bat, I love Atomic Samurai, I love Pooty Pooty Prisoner.
Oh, Pooty Pooty Prisoner is great.
The only thing I hope they fix in the dub is they make him, like, less of the abusive gay archetype that you see, because he's like, I can't help but hurt handsome man. It's like, that sucks. Like, everything else is fine. Make him like a total slut. I don't use that as a derogatory term. That's fine. Just don't equivalent homosexuality with sexual violence. It's a thing in a lot of Japanese media and it sucks.
Yeah.
Everything else, great.
That he's like a creepy predator, man,
Yeah.
I mean, I love the amount of nudity in the show, and how it's all male nudity. And it is intense.
They pose Sonic like Catwoman
Sonic is my boyfriend. I hate him. He's the worst. He's a gross human being. I'm gonna marry that idiot.
Yeah, there's that part where like all his
body doesn't work right.
Yeah, there's that part where after all his clothes get punched off and he's just like flying through the air and you can see his tits and his butt.
At the same time, he does the Subway sandwich leg while he's jumping around.
He does a lot of things that are only possible in comics, because like, he moves super fast, and there's one point where he's like dashing past Genos and gets off 3 sentences in 1/100th of a second.
Speed. I love that, like, and I always have to call him Speed O Sound Sonic, because otherwise people might think I want to fuck a hedgehog.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not 12 anymore.
Yeah.
No, Speed of Sound Sonic, it was designed to be incredibly fuckable.
Every frame has his butt in it.
Like as soon as he was introduced,
every panel,
this dude's butt is like Nightwing butt.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Captain Falcon butt.
I can't get it. Not enough.
And he's such a little shit too.
Oh god, he's garbage.
I love when he's like harassing Saitama and Saitama's like, go away, and he just bites his sword.
Yeah! He just decided he was Saitama's rival, and Saitama's like, literally, who are you?
Well, he did get accidentally squished in the package
Oh, yeah, that.
Oh god, yeah, and I love that. Like, I love that. Like, basically, the only reason he survived that was because Saitama didn't actually punch him.
No, he just fell onto his fist.
Dick fell on his immobile fist.
I loved how that was animated because it was just like a soft slooch, like how anime normally animates boobs, but it was like his package just kind of. Floop. It was like a jelly crotch. Like
it was like the fucking punch in the third Matrix movie. but if Agent Smith's face was a dick.
Like how many people?
What's the difference?
Oh, yeah? What are you going?
How many people get naked in this show? Saitama gets naked. Genos technically is naked. Sonic, Pooty prisoner. And I want to say someone else.
Not
oh yeah, fucking
Hammerhead. Nappa. He's my. I'm pretty sure they just traced Toriyama drawings for him.
Yeah.
Because it's the kind of male like Bara fucking like Dragon Ball Z muscles where it's like it's so far in the trying to be like crazy hetero-masculine direction, it just loops all the way around, and it's just a bunch of dudes naked like punching each other. And it's my favorite.
God, I love it so much.
But we haven't talked about Genos. He's an important character.
Yeah, he's our deuteragonist. He is... I mean, like, in anything, he would be the protagonist because he's actually got motives and flaws and, like, goals.
And a tragic backstory.
A backstory of any kind. Any goal of any kind.
You know, he is... totally enamored with Saitama and just wants to follow after him and like train with him. And his devotion is really sweet.
He's adorable.
He's really adorable. He's like a puppy all the time, and like how he always believes in his master. And,
he's just following. He's literally the only one who like knows what's up with Saitama and like responds accordingly. Everybody else is because like when Genos takes the test, he immediately gets booted straight to S class because he's that good. And so anytime anybody sees him like domestically, everyone's always like, why is he following around Saitama like that? Who is this chum?
Why is he slumming it with this Baldo?
That after if like they're gonna make a season 2, and when they make a season 2 and adapt the stuff that's going on in the anime now, you get even more of that. Like the manga up to this point has just been like getting more and more superheroes who are starting to get wise to Saitama, and seeing the gears slowly start to turn in their head is like, oh Jesus, come on! I love it.
It's never explained adequately how Saitama got as strong as he did. He
doesn't
anime
even
he claims
know.
that for 3 years. What?
He doesn't even know.
Yeah, he doesn't. He just says he did 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 crunches, and a 10K run every day for like 3 years. And everyone's like, "That's just what you're supposed to do." What?
That's not even close to like Olympic level strength training.
Yeah,
like that's something you would do in like a high school sports team.
Get a good night's sleep. Just have a banana for breakfast.
Yeah. My buddy at work said that in the webcomic and maybe the manga, apparently, or maybe just this hasn't been said in the media, but by one himself, is that every being in the universe has a limiter put on their strength, and he somehow, and we don't know this, broke it. So now there's no limit to the power he can achieve.
I'm pretty sure that's not in the manga yet. If it's in the one webcomic, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll never say how he got that strong, because it's 100% not the point.
It doesn't fucking matter. We know who he is. We know why he just wanted to become a hero. I love his backstory. Like, I know it's... compared to backstories, it's sort of a non-backstory, but it really resonated with me, like, on a personal level. Just like, this world is stupid, I can't get a job, and I just don't feel like dealing with this today.
I'm the strongest, best person, someone hire me.
It was also crazy that before he got the super strength, he did the grisliest kill in the show.
Yeah. Oh, that was rough.
Yeah, that was what was coming out of Nikki's body when he got sick.
I love shellfish so much, but I think I have to be kosher now. The idea of it makes me sick. It's so delicious, but oh my god.
One thing I'm like, I don't know whether or not I want it, because if it ever does happen, I'm just gonna shit an entire, multiple bricks, a brick shit house. If like, he faces...
this would have been real helpful 3 seconds ago!
If he goes to punch someone, and like, it doesn't work. Like, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for him to actually meet his equal.
Well, I mean, Boros, the final boss, took 3 punches.
Yeah, that
but
was
like
the whole
that,
thing I was saying. I was like, when I'm watching, I was like, even if he finds somebody who takes more than 1 punch, who's to say they can take 2 punches?
Yeah,
but it was sort of revealed at the end that he was like holding back because he just wanted to have a fun fight.
That's the thing, is that, if he would have used his ultimate technique, Serious Punch, then he probably would have dropped him in 1 hit.
I love his several regular punches.
Consecutive regular punches.
Consecutive normal punches.
Nina came up with a nickname for Saitama, which is the hardest she's made me laugh in a long time.
Yeah, I was just watching it, eating cake, like I do. So I made Nikki buy me a cake, cause fuck it.
And he did one of his, silly reaction faces.
Yeah, and I was like, he was being super serious, and then he did his stupid, I'm a dork, and I also don't know very much. I kind of live in an abandoned city where no one else lives, and just kind of have no connection.
They gotta come back to that.
With other humans.
Somehow I have cable.
Yeah, somehow he has cable, and I'm like, man, this goober mensch.
Goobermensch!
I know! And our mom was in the room, was like, what's so funny? It's like, okay, Mom, how much are you familiar with German philosophy?
I loved how you clapped like a tin monkey. Like, ah!
It's that good. It's that good.
It is.
It works on every conceivable level.
And that's really what he is. He's a goobermensch. He's so lovable. Like, he's so lovable. And, even though he's, your typical, overpowered, Marty Stew, sort of I'm the strongest. He sort of makes up for it by how much of a goober he is, even though his gooberness doesn't make him someone you dislike.
Doesn't hinder him, also.
It doesn't hinder him.
He's still invincible.
It just makes him more, feel like a person. That you're like, I like this guy. I was very tickled by his antics and his strange costume and body.
His dorky costume.
Yeah.
Tooch,
have you watched the 2 OVA episodes that have been released?
I watched 1.5 of them. I haven't finished the other one, but the first OVA is the backstory of how he got his costume.
Yeah.
And it's super nice. I like it.
It was really hilarious.
And they're not from the manga, but they were written by one.
Yeah, and cause he did make a reference to the fact that he used to live in this apartment complex and got kicked out. And it was kind of cool to be like, oh, okay, I guess we're gonna figure out what happened there. Yeah, this may or may not be an interesting story. I can never tell with this show.
Yeah, and the second one takes place in the middle of another episode after he beats the Wasp Queen, but before Genos.
Mosquito Girl is her name.
She's got a wasp butt, though.
Her name is Mosquito Girl.
Apparently, Carnage Kabuto's name in Japanese is Asura Rhino, which is not a very good Reploid name. Carnage Kabuto is a great Reploid name. He's also not a rhino.
It's a rhino.
He's a rhinoceros beetle.
Yeah.
They're not the same thing. You can only get a beetle and a rhino. It's like, oh, those are the same. Put them both in the same zoo pen.
Beetles are more common knowledge in Japan.
It's weird that the Kabuto is common enough knowledge that they can use that thanks to Digimon.
Anyway, what were we talking
about? The second OVA.
Yeah, so it's just Genos spying on him, trying to figure some stuff out and Saitama's stupid fucking day.
Oh, that entire restaurant sequence was painful.
Oh my god.
Oh.
He sits down to a nice restaurant, realizes he can't.
It's not even nice.
It's just like a family.
It's a
Denny's.
Yeah.
No, it's like a TGI Fridays. Maybe an Outback.
He sits down, realizes he can't afford anything, just gets an order of potato fries.
And then the waitress just stops being nice to him because he's just ordering fries, taking up table space, ordering fries.
And he only wanted to eat the one long floppy, squishy fries.
Yeah, that's that's the maddest I've ever got at him. His preference for fries is the opposite. He likes them soft and floppy.
Like, oh man, if you're not gonna eat those, fucking give them here.
They're supposed to be crispy.
The
you dumb,
bits!
dumb
The bits!
Yeah.
The bits!
You dumb dick. I hate him.
And then he gave the waitress a hard time because he was like, I think someone stole one of my fries.
Like, what do you want her to do about it? Bring
She's,
you
like,
another
looking
single
at it.
fry?
She's just trying to earn money for college. Leave her alone.
Her college just got blown up last week, probably.
Yeah. So far the two that obviously didn't release, they're just like kind of inconsequential Gaiden stories. They're fun, but they're not going to answer any goddamn questions.
Is the rest of the show consequential?
Well, we're not getting it. Well, they're not resolving any of the plot threads.
Okay.
Like, it's always consequential, right, as soon as, like, the third act, like, the big plot shit, like, drops, then One Punch Man comes and finishes it. He's like, no, we're done.
It's consequential for all the other characters, but for One Punch Man and for us, we're like...
That's another
well,
thing.
I mean, it's kind of...
He's yet to actually be called One Punch Man. Like, that's his perfect superhero name, but he doesn't have it. Like, the Hero Association, it takes a while for your superhero name to get processed, and they decided to call him the Caped Baldy.
That's actually another thing that this show does in parody, is that, like, all these shows, and even Western shows, like, you know, this was Thundercats too, it's all the other secondary characters getting their dicks knocked in the dirt, fighting the boss, until the one guy comes and solves it.
Yeah, that's what Dragon Ball Z
Yeah, that's what Dragon Ball Z is. That's what a lot of this stuff is. And it's literally just him, they're waiting for him to get over there, because he's riding on the back of Moomin Rider's bicycle. Or he's getting over because nobody fucking told him because nobody likes or trusts him.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets over there, and it's A, we're waiting for him to get over there, and B, waiting for him to actually throw the punch.
Yeah.
Because half the time he just kind of looks at the enemy like, oh, hello, Dello.
Like, that was Carnage Kabuto. Like, Carnage Kabuto's going all out, and he's like,
It's like, what are you doing?
I got nothing else going on today. And he's like, then he remembers, oh fuck, I do have something going on today. And then he explodes this bug man.
Yeah.
This was also a lot more gruesome than I anticipated.
It can get nasty.
But in a hilarious way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like slapstick gore.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the way that everything gets sprayed with viscera.
Like, I love he just slaps Mosquito Girl and just the blood just goes up
She's just
the
completely,
skyscraper.
She's completely liquefied.
God.
Because that's what happens when you slap a mosquito. But that was, like, magnified. Or, like, just, like, punching through, what was, like Pluton at the end. And it's just, like...
Boros?
No, Pluton, the pig guy at the very end.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, like, the spine and, like, the intestines just floating in the air. And you just see, like, the torso with, like, the legs and it falls over.
Yeah. But then, like, because, like, obviously I was, like, when I first started, like, reading and then watching it, like, one of my worries was, like, this was before I even knew anything about it, I was like, I mean, how are they gonna, like, draw out any fights? But then, like, if you're, like, a legitimate fan of shonen action, you get your fight's worth from seeing all the other heroes be, honestly, pretty capable. Like, it's not just like, oh, we have to survive. Like, they hold their own pretty well most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, all the S-Class guys do take down the transforming lieutenant. There's 3 lieutenants. There's the guy who, is like, I'm the right-hand man of Boros, and I'm gonna, poosh! He just punches his head off.
Yeah.
There's the tentacle dude, which is like, Kusala Goopa Goop or something.
Yeah.
Who just gets punched. But then there's a third guy who's got, like, super regenerative abilities. It takes, like, 10 guys to take him down.
Yeah.
God, that's a really good fight.
It was a good fight.
I love most of the S-Class heroes, especially Watchdog.
What? I need more
Watchdog. I need to see him fight.
I don't know if he does.
Ah.
He's just reconnaissance. He's just a good dog.
Yeah, my favorite name, though, is Flashy Flash.
The animation is astounding because half the time it's like a situational comedy, which is the cheapest anime you can make. when it gets down to the fights, and especially in the final episode, they can just fucking let loose.
The final fight looked like it cost $500,000.
It looked like the entire finale of Space Dandy, and that was Space Dandy. It was ridiculous. It was like what everybody always thought Dragon Ball Z looked like.
Yes!
Yeah!
But never ever did.
It's
Ever.
if you supercut an entire arc of Dragon Ball Z to only the good parts, that's what that looks like. And then, still 10 times better.
So, still 10 times better, because there's, colors and, fucking... I don't even know what the hell's going on half the time.
It's so intense.
It's amazing.
Yeah, these guys know their shit, and it's not even it's not even necessarily a matter of budget, because obviously the producers of the show went on record we just have a standard anime TV budget. We just have a really good team that knows what the fuck that they're doing,
and they can save money with half of the show, which is just Saitama making that face,
the same face,
over and over again.
Just draw some lines on it. Okay, it's a different expression.
I just love it's just a great it's another one of those animations that you can just watch. It's just fun to watch the fucking thing move.
It's beautiful, and it's hilarious, and it's wonderful, and it's something that I think that the genre has really been needing, really, really badly.
That's been the joke that One Punch Man, he's the man who will save anime.
Yeah, he's cutting all the crap, We've had so many fucking, mega monster shonens that don't end and are so up their own butts. And, One Piece is still great, but it's still nowhere close to ending, and it's, got a lot of shit going on.
The anime has taken a dip in quality.
Yeah.
Animation-wise.
And it's just nice to, see somebody just, make fun of all that, but with love. Because there's no way you can, know all these jokes if you've never seen a shonen before.
Yeah.
Ever, it won't mean anything to you.
If you don't like anime, you're not gonna like this.
Definitely
You're not gonna get it.
Wasn't he reading Bleach in an episode?
Yeah, well, because, it's Shonen Jump. It is very insular, I would say that. It's not the kind of anime for everybody. It's one of those finger quotes, those anime, in the sense that it's an anime where you need to know about anime to enjoy it.
I would say that, in order to, get it 100%, yeah, but I still think that a lot of just the comedy and the timing of it, and the characters and the animation quality, I think it does have a universal appeal, but there is genre subtext going on for those who can see it. I would say I would recommend I would recommend anybody try this out, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, people can try out whatever they want, and I would encourage them to, because it's fun, but I don't know. I don't know if... I honestly don't know.
Because also it's taken a lot of cues from, Western superhero stuff as well.
True. I mean, I've been talking to a lot of people about anime who don't know anything about anime, and a lot of shit that I take for granted that I thought was understood, people really have no fucking clue.
That's fair, I suppose.
I'm imagining some of the people I know who aren't complete dorkwads like myself and us, sitting them down in front of the show and them just being completely flabbergasted and just being like, I don't even know what the joke is. I don't even know.
He punched him. This is boring. The fight's already over.
I don't even know about that. They're just because the pacing in the show is very weird too. Because it does really feel like they're just streaming together the various small chapters from the webcomic into an episode, really.
Sometimes half an episode.
Sometimes half an episode.
Mosquito Girl is gone in half an episode.
Yeah. And it just kind of moves on to the next thing. When I sat down to watch the first episode in club on my own, I knew nothing about One Punch Man other than a lot of people liked it and wanted to watch it. And I was just like, I can't. I'm so tired. I need to sit down. I can't. It was just a lot to process at once, I guess. Because, I don't know, it's very fast and very insular. So, I don't know.
One thing that's interesting about the show is, for the first half of it or so, it's very episodic. they introduce a villain who's so powerful, it seems like this is going to be the big bad of the series, like Dr. Genius or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, he's so bad he could carry an entire series, or at least a season.
Yeah.
Or an arc, and he's gone an episode and a half.
Yep.
And they do that a lot, which is part of the whole thing. It's like, we're not dragging this out. He can just take care of him. But once they introduce the Justice League, it gives enough context to narrow it all down into a singular plot, even though we're still, like, introducing and killing new guys in short windows. And I actually do have one criticism of the show, and this is very subjective, and that is that it is guilty of something I call Shrek syndrome. Nikki, what the fuck does that mean? Let me tell you. Thanks for asking. Shrek started out as top to bottom genre parody, and then as it went on and got more engrossed in its own thing, its own world, became the kind of schlock it was originally parodying. Now, One Punch Man is by no means as egregious, because the element of parody always stays there. But it starts off as like just making fun of all these shonen tropes and then begins to legitimately indulge in them. And it's not bad because like when it does indulge in them, it does it very good. Better than a lot of other guys do it. But I feel like there's a bit of a disconnect that it was originally making fun of these drawn out fights and then actually starts having some of them. Stuff like that. I feel like there's a bit of a disconnect. It didn't sit perfectly with me, but it's not enough to not recommend the show.
Yeah, I can see that, and I guess that's up to, like, that's just like, you know, like did one want that from the jump, or did the manga become that over time? Like,
yeah.
Did he have the Hero Association? Like, did he expect to do all these fights? Like, it's a matter of.
Because what you said after we finished it, what you said in Skype is like it's both a great parody and a great entry in the shonen genre itself, and I think that that's true. I just think in my mind, they're just a little bit at odds with each other at the second half.
Yeah, because
that's fair.
I mean, the joke can only go so far.
Yeah, you
can only keep telling the same joke over and over again before that's it. Like you don't have any more story.
Though I gotta say, it's never not satisfying when he one-punches someone.
Yeah.
It isn't, but that's because he has to draw it out with all these other fucks, these legitimate shonen kind of characters.
But like I also love like that in the opening animation there's that montage of him punching a bunch of random monsters and it's all really good. Like that one goofy cartoony Starman,
he's my favorite. My favorite punch is he does consecutive normal punches on a bunch of like gorilla guys, and they blow up against a mountain, and then the entire mountain explodes.
Yeah. Oh god,
the collateral damage in this show is fucking off the charts.
Yeah, I mean, like I really hope we get like a whole like sub arc about just like the whatever kind of construction union is going on in this world.
The city planners.
Yeah, like this is like fucking Sim City cranked up.
How is this fucking world sustainable? Like, it's
Where
not.
are the farms?
But yeah, like, I am kind of curious to see where they can keep going with it. Yeah. Like, I know they sort of had that cliffhanger with the Sparkle Pretty Boy, and how he's actually probably the strongest, or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Wait,
I remember.
You mean Sonic?
No, the number one A-class hero. He stays in A-class on purpose.
Sparkle Pretty Boy.
Common Mask.
Sparkle Pretty Boy.
Something, yeah.
He has both Common and Mask in his name. It's great.
Pretty blue hair boy.
Yeah, and then, you know, we haven't seen Blast. There's the whole thing with Genos and his plot where it's Metal Knight. It's Metal Knight.
Yeah, he has to fucking kick Metal Knight in the dick. If he has one.
Yeah, there's a ton of unresolved plot threads that I'd like to see resolved, but none of them have anything to do with Saitama.
I know, and like, honestly, I could go either way. Like, it doesn't really matter to me.
Well, because what's gonna happen is what always happens, like, he'll get wrapped up in it and not really want to be there, but, like, he has to.
Yeah, I mean, eventually he's gonna solve everybody's problems.
Yeah, like, I just wonder how this series can continue on and, like, keep me interested. I guess it's just the humor is just gotta keep stepping it up, because otherwise I'm gonna get kind of bored.
I've got faith that it can do that.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it isn't a very long show right now, I think it definitely works in its favor because
It'll probably be more ingestible in seasons than, like, keeping up with the manga every, I don't know, like, month? It hasn't updated in a minute.
I mean,
I don't know if it's monthly.
Yeah, it's definitely not the kind of show where I want to watch, like, 50 episodes of it. I don't know if it could sustain that. But, you know, I want it to surprise me. I mean, it has surprised me in a lot of ways, so it's perfectly capable of surprising me in that way as well. So we'll just have to see, really. For a show that's, like, so popular and so beloved right now, it's very new. It's a little baby, and, like, it could really grow up into anything. And it's, at this point, sort of hard to speculate, because it is so comedy-based.
I think hopefully it'll grow into its own and be a nice, interesting thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's already a nice, interesting thing. I think.
Man, oh man, I want to play a Hero Association Arena game. Moomin Rider would be he would just be Dan Hibiki.
Yep.
I think that's really all we have to say.
I would main Metal Bat.
Me too.
Damn it. No, wait, duh, it'd be Sonic.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, Metal Bat, or maybe...
Bang?
Oh, yeah, I like Silver Fang, and, I like Snek, too.
Snek. I like some more girl heroes, I guess.
Yeah, there's, like, isn't there... We've only seen the one, right?
There's only the one.
There's only Tatsumaki.
There's only the one female character, period.
Occasionally we think there's gonna be other ones, but they're just pretty dudes.
Yeah, I know.
There's, she has a sister who's a B-class hero. Did we see her yet?
Is her sister's name Senpukyaku?
I don't fucking remember. That's a lot of syllables that aren't in my language. I don't remember.
It's a Street Fighter joke is what it is.
Oh.
He's a Hurricane King is in Japanese called the Tatsumaki Senpukyaku. Don't worry about it.
Freaking hold on, B-class hero.
Please don't worry about it.
I'm looking it up for myself.
Okay. And that Gizmo little kid dude, I looked at him and was like, man, he looks like a Danganronpa. Played by the same lady who plays the pro tag of Danganronpa 2.
The top B-class hero is a lady called the Blizzard of Hell, and she's she's the S-class tiny lady's sister.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. Because we saw very little B-class.
Yeah. We have. Poor B-class. What do they do?
Well, because B-class, like... she basically runs the B class like a mob, because she doesn't want to advance in the A class because then it's hard, so she just wants to stay in B class and be the king bitch of B class.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's enough for One Punch Man for now. When the second season comes out, we may do another episode on it. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Maybe keep tabs on it for recaps. Who knows?
Yeah. The anime itself is all on Hulu. The OVAs have not been released officially in outside of Japan.
They'll probably be. I have to imagine they would be included in any DVDs. That's probably what they're made for.
Yeah,
like DVD bonuses.
You can watch them online. They're fan subbed. Like there was a noticeable drop in sub quality, which I wasn't crazy about. But you know what are you gonna do?
You get what you steal.
No, you get what you pay for. Because I'm paying for Hooplu.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I'm paying for Hooplu. I'm playing for the extra hoop.
Yeah.
I'm playing for the extra Plu on Hooplu, so I don't have to see the ads.
Hoopla!
Jumping through hoops.
Hoopla! Hoopla!
Man, we gotta talk about SpongeBob.
That's a good impression of that Pokemon.